Hey everyone, Chris from Blu-ray Critic, and on today's update I'm going to show you guys what I picked up as far as brand new releases and also a few catalog titles and whatnot. Starting things off with Richard Chamberlain and King Solomon's Mines, making its Blu-ray debut after a long wait, because a lot of people were saying, when is this film going to come out? But you can finally pick this up. This is released by Olive Films. And after the success of the Indiana Jones films, there were a lot of copycat movies out there, like Romancing the Stone with Michael Douglas, also this one. But I really like this film a lot, and it is very much in the style of the Indiana Jones movies. But overall, it's really fun. Also features John Rhys-Davies, who is from, of course, the Indiana Jones films. So it was really cool to see him, and of course, you get a young Sharon Stone as well. And they were saying that the cast and crew, they just really hated Sharon Stone. She just was really difficult to work with, so much so that the crew actually peed by her bathtub, where her trailer was. And then one day she came in on set to take a bath, and then she just smelled the stench of the piss everywhere, and that really ticked her off. But really funny story. Yeah, originally the producers of this film, they were mentioning that they wanted Stone to be cast in this film, and they accidentally casted Sharon Stone by mistake. So the producer meant Stone by Kathleen Turner from the film Romancing the Stone, not necessarily Sharon Stone, but at that point they already casted Sharon Stone, so they were pretty much stuck with her. But pretty solid presentation for this Olive Films release. You don't get any special features, but overall the presentation, I'm going to rate it a 4 out of a 5 for both picture and audio quality, and that is King Solomon's Mines with Richard Chamberlain. And next up, I got another brand new release from Olive Films, and that is Pierce Brosnan and Evelyn. This is a touching and beautiful story about a father who's trying to gain custody of his own kids after his wife left him and abandoned the children, and how the court system was set up in a way where if the family breaks apart, if they go through a divorce or whatnot, the family is considered a broken family, and the kids have to go through a church-run orphanage. And Pierce Brosnan's character, he obviously doesn't want that to happen. He wants to raise his kids on his own. So that's what pretty much the story's about. But definitely worth taking a look at. I'm a huge fan of Pierce Brosnan films, so it's really a joy to watch. And although this does not mention any special features on the back, you do get quite a few special features. You get 2 commentary tracks with this. One is with Pierce Brosnan. The other one is with the director of the film. You also get a couple behind-the-scenes featurettes and the theatrical trailer as well. So yeah, so that is Evelyn. As far as picture and audio quality, I'm going to rate the image a 4 out of a 5 for this film, and I'm going to give the audio mix a 4.5 out of a 5, and that is Evelyn. And next up, I also got Allied with Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard, and what a beautiful film. This is set there in World War II, so if you love period pieces, definitely worth taking a look at. Overall, the set design for this film is absolutely incredible. And tons of great special features as well, the behind-the-scenes featurettes and whatnot. I did a full review for this film on my channel. You can check it out, and that is Allied. And next up, I picked up the funny Netflix series comedy, and that is Grace and Frankie Season 2 with Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin. Also features Martin Sheen and Sam Waterston. And what great chemistry these two have, and they've been friends for life, working on the film 9 to 5 in the 80s. But the show is about these husbands and their husbands, which they leave them for each other to have a gay relationship. So these two have to cope with the idea of their husbands leaving them, and they've been in competition their whole life, so they have to come together and try to just live their life. So yeah, definitely worth taking a look at. Just really, really funny. And this also features the gag reel. So this is only a DVD release. You can't get this on Blu-ray, but it's a 3-disc set, and that is Grace and Frankie. And next up, I'm going to show you guys my guilty pleasure pickups, and that is Three Men and a Baby with Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg, and Ted Danson. And I hadn't seen this film in ages, so it was really cool to revisit this. And of course, this is that movie with that mysterious ghost in the background that everybody talks about. And Tom Selleck was recently on Jimmy Fallon's show to clear up those rumors about that ghost. He said that he doesn't believe it's a ghost because that location, that whole apartment location where the film takes place is actually a studio. It's not an actual apartment. But there's still going to be skeptics out there that, they keep saying, oh, no, that's really a ghost or whatever it is. But nonetheless, really fun film, heartwarming story to watch. Always love that one. And of course, since I picked up the first film, I also wanted to get Three Men and a Little Lady. And unfortunately, this release is in full screen, which is pretty odd in the 1.33 aspect ratio, and of course the original release is in widescreen. But I equally like this film as I do with the first film, and there talks about doing another film, the third one, called Three Men and a Wedding or whatever it is. So that should be pretty cool to see. But yeah, so I ended up getting that. Of course, these are just DVD releases. Hopefully one day the studio can put out Blu-rays for these films, man. You know, because there's a lot of people that really love these movies. Also ended up getting the complete series for Saved by the Bell, and always love this one, man. I remember like Saturday mornings I would watch this, and then they would show the repeat episodes when I would come home from school. So just really great timeless classics, and I never cared for the new class, and then they had one before this one came out. I believe it was called Good Morning Miss Bliss. Never really cared for that, but just the chemistry with all the characters, it just works out pretty well. Of course, the crazy funny Mr. Belding. So yeah, I got this for $20, which is an excellent deal to get the complete series. So since I picked up the complete series, I had to pick up the two movies that they did as well, which is Wedding in Las Vegas and Hawaiian Style. And this has been out of print on DVD for quite some time. So if you want this, the price is a bit steep off of Amazon or eBay. But yeah, the transfer is not great either. This is released by Lionsgate. I really doubt we'll ever see a Blu-ray release of this, but if we do, that'll be really appreciated. And they're both in full screen 1.33 aspect ratio, so it's just not, it doesn't really cut it for me. I like everything in widescreen. But it's really cool to see this film. Hadn't seen this one in a long time. And yeah, so that is the Saved by the Bell films. So anyhow, thanks for taking a look at my latest pickups from this past week. Some catalog titles, some new releases, just some fun stuff here. And I'll see you guys soon in my next update. Take care.